Is there a period of history that you'd like to go back to? What kind of people would you be interested to meet?
Do you know, I think I'd probably want to go back to the 1920s. Probably more so because it was the time when my grandmother, my late grandmother, was a child. And in those days, she grew up not having plastic anything. They would just go to the grocers and they'd buy fresh food regularly. Electricity wasn't normal in the way that it is now. Equally, nor was having running water, frankly. So I think I'd find that really interesting to see how that shaped the woman that she became and maybe how that shaped who we are now. Maybe we could learn something from it.
I think it'd be great to learn more about your ancestors and where you came from.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
I grew up in the 1980s and
me too.
I felt, why on earth am I stuck here? And I became really obsessed with the 1960s. And I thought, why can't I be living there instead of here? So I think if I had the chance to travel back in time, that's where I'd go, I think, to experience some of the culture and
go hang out at the Cavern Club with the Beatles.
Think particularly the music and the writing and things like that.
I bet that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because those are both sort of changing periods, aren't they, in time?
True,
but I think I'd go even further back. I used to really be interested in the Tudors when I was at school. And I think there's a lot going on politically with women being in power and Elizabeth I not getting married. And I think all the dramas and the books that you read about that period, there's a lot of intrigue and plots and things, and to find out if it was really like that. But I don't think you'd want to go, too close to it with the uncleanliness and disease and things that was around. So maybe kind of viewing from a safe platform.
Yeah. Who would you like to speak to?
I think Elizabeth I, I did a dissertation on her, and I think she's just so interesting.
I think that would be fascinating. Do you know, they were all periods of change, particularly for women as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
But I quite like your point about not getting too close. Maybe just observe history from a safe-ish distance and not have to live there for very, very long.